Hi guys. So this reading will be for the spring equinox that's coming up on March 20th. It's also the first day of Aries season. And basically everyone's going through a bunch of shit, so the end. I'm just kidding, you guys. It's true though. Everyone's going through a lot right now, and equinox is certainly a factor. It's where the sun crosses the equator, so it's equal night and equal day. And when you think about that, you think about the yin yang, right? And the light and the shadow side. And there's different waves of people going through different phases of this. Essentially what it is like the collective energy folding back in on itself, and it's creating like this mass confusion and anxiety, because those who can pick up on collective energy are sensing others maybe just starting their journey, or like just acknowledging their shadow. And then there's others who have like just started to like healthily integrate it, or there's others who are revisiting aspects of their shadow. So it's all a little bit different, so it's creating a lot of confusion. But there's other reasons too, but that's one of them. Also, we have the full moon, the Libra full moon in Aries season coming up on March 28th. So that's the energies leading up to that as well, which will be a nice release for a lot of people. It'll kind of help calm things down. But energy should start to settle down after equinox and after we get a little bit into Aries season, but certainly the full moon will help with that a week later or so. So something to look forward to. Talking about equinox and like the yin yang and the collective energy kind of folding it back in on itself, like some people leaving a certain stage and another wave of people going into that stage. It's like the infinity symbol when you think about that, right? So a lot of the anxiety that you may be sensing may not be yours. Some of it may be, but just be conscious of that you may be picking up on collective energy too. Kind of like you have to kind of figure out like what's mine, what isn't, right? And also trust is huge right now, you guys. Like, because all the timelines are shifting and bifurcating, and like it's just creating a lot of anxiety and confusion in the collective, okay? So I want to reassure you, what's meant for you won't pass you. One of my favorite mantras when struggling with anxiety, all right? What's meant for you will not pass you, no matter what. No matter what. All right? So just have some sense of inner peace with that, okay? And trust that the divine knows what it's doing. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to all the light workers right now, because oh my gosh, you guys, like, you being rooted in your authenticity is so important right now, and like you working so diligently to help transmute the collective energies to make it a little bit easier for everyone. Like, that work is so important. Thank you for that. Seriously, it's not an easy task. It's what we signed up to do, but it's not easy. So I just wanted to give a shout out to you guys. But yeah, just because of everything that's going on right now, you know, when you root in your authenticity, your light shines brighter, and you're like a lighthouse for other people who may just be like starting to awaken or going through a difficult time on that path right now. So that's really helpful. All these changes, it's like the divine is clearing your path. That's what it is. The divine is clearing your path for things that you set into motion a while back. You may have even you may have not done it consciously. It may have been like subconsciously, but it's like your conscious and subconscious manifestations are starting to actualize, and what you're going through has purpose. All right, so have some solace in that. One of the messages that I got was like, you're hearing the thunder, but you're not seeing the lightning yet. That was a very clear message. Like, and that's what's giving a lot of people anxiety. Like, I know something's coming. Or why, you know, like, why is this happening, kind of thing. it's like you're hearing the thunder but not seeing the lightning yet, and it's kind of freaking you out a little bit. So have trust in the divine, all right, that what's meant for you won't pass you, and your path is being cleared, okay, for your manifestations that you set into motion. Isn't that reassuring? I find it to be personally. So yeah, big moves happening to clear path. The equinox is also like astrological new year, right? Because it marks the start of spring. And so it's like that energetic rebirth of creation, like almost like resurrection, right? So the death and rebirth card is certainly coming to mind. When you're thinking about the manifestations that you either consciously or subconsciously started a while back, it's like the seeds that you planted are starting to sprout. That's another image that I got for this collective video, was like the seeds that you have been planting or like were planting are starting to sprout. And what happens to a seed when it starts to sprout, right? The seed must be destroyed for growth. So we basically never had control over anything aside from ourselves, right? However, the divine is like completely taking over at this point. So your job is just to be you, which is so nice, right? You can just be you. Everything else will be taken care of. The divine is taking over in that regard. So yeah, no more control. That's out the window. So just enjoy the ride. I know it's like kind of a crazy one, but just try to surf these energies the best that you can. Ride the wave, right? So a couple of random messages that I wanted to go over. I don't know who these are for, but these were just like random messages that I got today. Cautious when people tell you, oh, you're changing. You're changing. That's your favorite, right? You're changing. Yeah, it's like, that's a red flag, you guys. Okay, it usually means like the other individual is feeling insecure about your growth and either not willing to meet you there, or dissatisfied with the fact that you're changing out of their preconceived notions that they have of you, right? So just be cautious with that. Also regarding synchronicities, filter them, even synchronicities, okay? Not all of them are yours. So if you're noticing a lot of synchronicities and it's causing a lot of confusion, one thing that really helped me was like when I became overwhelmed with synchronicities, was like trying to acknowledge what I was thinking in that exact moment when I was experiencing the synchronicities. That really helped. Like literally like stopped all other thought processes and like focused on what I was thinking in that exact moment, and that helped me to correlate the synchronicity to what it was actually for. But also, the more that you practice that, you'll be able to see different synchronicities for different timelines. Like, oh, if you follow this path, you know, this type of thing will happen, kind of thing. So you'll start to get better at teasing out your synchronicities about which way to lead you, right? But also, you can also start to pick up on synchronicities that other people are manifesting that you become aware of. So you'll get better at kind of teasing out synchronicities the more you start paying attention to like what you were thinking at that time. So that was just a little tip. And then yeah, so Equinox, it's like a huge time of self-acceptance and self-forgiveness. It's like that rebirth, right? That energetic rebirth, that passionate new start. So the cards that are coming to mind are the Ace of Wands. That's that passionate new start. Temperance, because that's like divine alchemy. When you're in the state of like radical acceptance, you become a spiritual alchemist. It really, like, when you allow self-acceptance to course through your veins, that's like one of the core building blocks of alchemy. So temperance, it's also about patience, but it also indicates that the divine is at play. So all of those things, yes, for the energy right now. Six of Pentacles, because it's about that equal give and take with like the work that you put in for your manifestations and it being returned to you. Also the Death and Rebirth card, just because of everything that I already mentioned. And the Four of Wands, because that's particularly about unity and community. It's like having that unity within, and it will branch outward into your connections, but also in regard to high level soul connections, because I don't talk about this on my channel a lot because it's not my main focus, but it does come into play for this. And the divine is certainly at play in regard to bringing high level soul connections together to spread unconditional love through the world. It's part of the master plan. It's part of the master plan. All right. It's one aspect of it, but it's huge right now. So a lot of like external divine counterpart unions will start to occur in the next couple months, like the first wave from this collective. Okay. So yeah, that's also where the yin yang comes into play, because it's like you have that first within, and then you can have that without, as within so without. So it's like that perfect harmony within, and then that will be reflected in your relationships. So it's like two full yin yangs coming together. That's what like an external divine counterpart is. Okay. So that's like one of the huge missions of the divine that's going to start. Like you're going to start being able to notice you will start to notice high level soul connections coming together for union to spread that unconditional love in the world. Okay. I think that's everything. All right. Hopefully I explained that okay. Okay, so let's get started with reading. I hope you guys are doing well. It's been, I feel like I say that every video. It's been crazy. All right, let's see. So yeah, Wizard of Awareness, that's what I was talking about, right? Becoming aware, but also like alchemy. This card represents alchemy. So it's like that spiritual alchemist, right? And you notice the spirals. I always think of like expanding and contracting on your path. Like our path is like a spiral, right? Going within, going without, going within, going without, or like going within, expanding, right? That's totally what this time is. But also the manifester, and also the awareness aspect. You're going to start seeing a lot of the things that I was discussing in the intro, and peaks of joy. Yeah, those ups and those downs, right? So one of the things, like how to balance like the polarity of energies, is actually to release the positive emotions too, because if you don't, you'll snap back to the other end of the spectrum. Okay, so to be at like a healthier baseline, like release those highs too, right? To transmute that. Yeah, Bone Collector, getting back to your authentic self. Okay, but also you're being guided. So Bone Collector has all the respect for you, and it's also the number one card in the deck, right? But the Bone Collector, the ancestor, the ancient one, has all the respect for you when you're your authentic self. So that's a huge part of this, not only for light workers, but everyone. Yeah, encouragement. So this totally ties in with my collective, my written collective that I did yesterday, because the Bone Collector is like guidance from ancestors, and that's what this card represents too. Guidance from ancestors who have passed. So you're being encouraged by those who came before you and are no longer in this realm. Yeah. So you're being guided, you're being led and encouraged. and yeah, into the unknown. Okay. That's kind of what this is. It's like, you know that, like, what was my thing? You can hear the thunder, but you can't see the lightning yet, right? That's what this is. You can hear the thunder. You know something's coming. You know that movement is happening, but you can't really quite see it at this time. You can hear it. You can feel it, but you can't see the lightning yet, right? I don't know if I want to take this card. I will. Let's see what else comes out. Yeah, details, details. All the planning and strategizing, right? If you look through the magnifying glass here, there's this word that says clarity, and it's upside down right now. It's like you can't quite see the bigger picture as of yet. You know it's there. It's like a little bit distorted though. Also, you guys, what I forgot to mention in the intro is a lot of bubbles of like self-deception will be bursting at this time as the clarity, like as things become more clear with equinox and the full moon. All right. So right now it's like you can kind of see it, but it's a little bit distorted. See how clarity is like upside down there? So that's what I was talking about. Like you can hear the thunder, but you can't see the lightning yet. That's the biggest theme for the energy as of right now. But also I was talking about the astrological new year, and that's this calendar is represented here. Or is that a compass? I can't tell. It might be a compass. Okay, well, we'll leave that there. Anyways, at the heart of the reading is goblin. So this has to do with fear. This has to do with fear, and fear is an illusion, right? It doesn't feel like it. It doesn't seem like it, but it is. So that's at the heart of the reading right now. That ties along with that, like, underlying sense of anxiety about not knowing what's to come, hearing the thunder, but not seeing the lightning yet, right? Kind of like those goblins hidden in the forest. It's like that underlying sense of fear. Spirit of place. Yeah. So, I mean, you guys, you're being guided. That's like a repetitive theme in this reading heavily. That's 3 cards that have come out about being guided, being led. As I was saying, I was talking a lot about synchronicities, right? Having to filter them, but also the divine is taking over, you know, working with you to have your manifestations actualize. They may have been conscious or subconscious, but right now this is at the heart of the reading. It's that fear. It's that fear of the unknown, which is an illusion, right? Yeah, and coming to life. That's the rebirth. That's the energetic rebirth. And that's in the upcoming energy. Okay. Also what I'm drawn to is how this lady's kind of like looking off in the distance, and there's all these things around her. So it's like, it's specifically what I was talking about the synchronicities. Don't let them confuse you. When you see one, think about what you were exactly thinking in that moment, and it'll really help you tease out what synchronicities are coming from what in One Ring Circus. So a lot of you may feel alone at this time, or feel like you're isolated or doing things all on your own. You're not. Look at this, was the first card on the table. Right after the Bone Collector, the ancestors. The ancestors are walking with you. Okay, you're being guided for this energetic reset. You can hear the thunder, but you can't see the lightning yet. I hope this is making sense. These are the downloads that I got. All right, I'm just the messenger. All right. Yeah, so a lot of you may be feeling alone and isolated at this time, because that's the overall energy. Let me get a spirit animal here. Yeah, Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. That's it. You know what? I actually don't take this as the collective energy. I take this as Spirit's energy right now. Like, they're just clearing your path. That's what I was saying, right? Your path is becoming cleared from these obstacles, from this period of isolation, like being confused about synchronicities, not seeing things clearly. it's like, you know, fear is an illusion, but it's still there, right? It's like the divine is coming to clear your path. That's how I'm seeing this card. I actually don't take this as like for you personally, just this is the energy. This is the energy. And if you look here on the rhino's forehead, another spiral. That was a big theme in this reading so far. It's actually here too. I guess it is a compass. Sorry about that. But yeah, you're being guided, and it's like that going within to expand and clearing your path, being cleared. Okay. And then on this one, White Raven Spirit, trust in the magic. Yeah, trust, you guys. That was a big part of my intro too right now, because this is happening. This is literally what's happening. Trust in the magic, because your path is being cleared. Your path is being cleared. How perfect is that? Time to let go. Groundhog Spirit. And I was going to put this under here. Whatever card came out, I was going to put it under Goblins. Time to let go of fear of the unknown, right? That's what's holding you back at this time. I get the sense you're your own worst enemy. This is the overall energy. You're your own worst enemy. One Ring Circus. It's you that's holding yourself back at this time, all right? But I also was saying how, you know, you don't have control. The divine's going to clear your path either way. To help with the manifestations that you set in motion. Those seeds that you planted, right, are sprouting. But yeah, time to let go of those little hidden goblins in the forest. But this also has a lot of shadow in this card, okay? So it's also like a big message about integrating the shadow side in a healthy way, okay? Spirit has your back. Eagle Spirit. That's like such a huge theme the last 24 hours. Spirit has your back. Eagle Spirit. Yes, I love it. I love it. You're being guided, no question. No question. I can't emphasize that enough. This is all divine intervention. Literally. All right, let's get some tarot here. So 2 of Swords. See how the cat's eyes... Oh, by the way, you guys, I was using Map Oracle and Spirit Animal, and now I'm using the weird cat tarot, which is my daughter's favorite deck. So yeah, so okay, so 5 of Cups, which is kind of like that feeling of regret. It's like regret and looking back, having some regret, having some doubts. It's that self-doubt, self-sabotaging type of behavior. And then 2 of Swords, not wanting to see things clearly at this time. But also how I take this is this energy, the 5 of Cups energy of regret, sadness, looking back on how things could have been, right? That's what's causing you to not see the bigger picture of what's right in front of you. Okay. So yeah, 2 of Swords is like indecision or stalemate or not wanting to see things as they are. It's that sense of like self-deception. Yeah, the Lovers. Particularly in regard to romantic connections, okay, Gemini energy. So a lot of this may have to do with romantic connections, but also how I was talking about, you know, the divine has a bigger picture. The divine has a plan also in regard to high-level soul connections coming into union. Three of Pentacles, teamwork and collaboration in regard to your guidance, okay? And then here, if you look, the third eye is open, right? So try to pay attention to your guidance and also try to filter your synchronicities, Okay, that's also how I'm seeing that. See the stars in this cat's eyes, and there's all these things around. That reminds me of this card here, right? Kind of being confused a little bit too about the synchronicities that you're getting. Pay attention to what you were thinking at the time for guidance, for more clear guidance and encouragement. Eight of Swords. That's being all stuck up in your head, a self-imposed mental prison. That's under details. So some of you guys are definitely overthinking. Definitely. All right, I know it's hard with this energy, but this is where a lot of the anxiety is stemming from, not only with yourself, but in the collective as well. So, yeah. What's interesting about the Eight of Swords is that this is kind of an atypical one. All right, it's represented by trees here. So, but normally it's swords, and the lady could free herself at any time from this self-imposed mental prison. The Emperor we have at the heart of the reading here. All right, Aries energy. This is indicating, you know, the start of Aries season coming on March 20th. And this is under goblins, time to let go. Time to let go. And this Aries season marks like a passionate new start. Okay, but also the Emperor really likes to control, so it's like letting go of those shadowy goblins hidden in the forest, right? That's kind of like the need to control, not going with the flow. But also Aries season will be starting on March 20th. Excuse me. Queen of Cups, sorry. Knight of Wands, yeah, that's like that start of Aries season. It's that fiery energy. It's like, okay, let's go. Here in this deck, he's riding a snail. But do you see here how he's like on the snail with his little growth, like, what is that, little branch with new growth? Okay, so it's like what I was talking about with the seed sprouting. All right, and it's happening. It's happening. That's how I'm seeing that. There's another message here. Let me sit on that one for a while. King of Swords energy under coming to life. All right, so the King of Swords is very balanced, logical, has been through battle, but coming to life, what this is saying is like you're going to be cutting out anything that is preventing this passionate new start in your life, this energetic reset, right? You've probably you have probably started to realize, or will be realizing soon, that you've outgrown a lot of situations or circumstances in your life. Like I was discussing, people saying, oh, you're changing, like those kind of like red flags about your growth, right? You're going to be seeing this and cutting out anything that is preventing this energetic rebirth in regard to your growth on your path. But also things will balance. Okay? Because you see here how we have at the heart of the reading, the Emperor, he's kind of like holding on to this still, right? Like holding on to it here, like, I have this. I'm in control. Here, the King of Swords is like sitting at the on top of the tree, like riding the energy. Okay? Like more at peace with it. It's like things will balance out with Equinox. Things will balance out. And the High Priestess energy at the bottom of the deck. So, the High Priestess is the keeper of the subconscious. It also means that a lot of things may be hidden to you at this time, like the clarity word that's upside down in this card. This is under One Ring Circus. Again, you're feeling isolated, you're feeling alone, but also look at the black and white in this card. That's what I was talking about. This will balance out. Okay, you won't be feeling like you're doing things alone. All right, you're gonna feel more connected. That's what this Three of Pentacles energy is representing here. All right, teamwork, collaboration. It will come. And also remember how I was talking about how you can hear the thunder, but you can't quite see it yet. It's like all these energies are behind this cat. You can hear it, right? The cat's eyes are like to the side, like, I know something's coming. The High Priestess energy, like kind of hidden, but not revealed yet. The Keeper of the Subconscious, like, I know it's coming, I just can't see it yet. So you're feeling alone, you're kind of feeling in the dark, you're feeling isolated in this regard. But also look how I was talking about the black and the white, and I was talking about the moon cycles too. Okay, but that will be balanced. And also equinox, equal night, equal day. That's the overall energy right now. Could this be any more clear? Right? Okay. I wanted to see specifically what you guys were dealing with in terms of situation. Yeah, silence, crickets, non-action. Silence. Non-action. Crickets. Yeah, you can hear the thunder, but you can't see the lightning yet, right? And also denial, not facing truth, irrational reasoning, that kind of that creates this type of energy, you guys, that Eight of Swords stuck up in your head, because it's like that self-deception that will be bursting. And you'll be able to see things clearly. That's also King of Swords. He can see things very clearly, like very clear and balanced and intellectual. Yeah, magnetic, unexplainable pull, can't resist. So you're being drawn to something. I also see this as you're being led. You're being led. I feel like you can see your path. History, past happened. Yeah, so this has, a lot of these goblins, you guys, have to do with stuff that's happened in the past. Fear of, being hurt, or things happening like they did before. It's time to release what has happened from the past in regard to hanging on to the emotions tied to it. Like, take the lesson for the wisdom, right? And not every person is the same. So huge sense of being stuck in the past, focusing on the details in the past, being stuck up in your head about things that happened in the past, replaying scenarios in your mind over and over. There's a lot of that in this reading. Hearing the thunder but not being able to see the lightning yet. Searching online, looking for info, records. Yeah, searching. You're scared to take a wrong path. You're worried that the guidance that you're receiving is not authentic, but that's why that's why I was discussing synchronicities so much throughout this reading, okay? It's almost like you're not trusting the synchronicities, or you're not trusting the guidance. Lost. You're not trusting the guidance. Ghosted, blocked, cut off. You're not trusting the guidance. It's your self-doubt and like kind of that sense of denial that's holding you back. Those are the goblins. The lack of trust, the lack of faith in yourself, and the self-denial. These are the goblins that are causing you to feel lost. And then we got pop-up, spontaneous, unexpected, surprise visit. There's another message here that I'm not seeing in this row. I'll have to come back to that one. Let me get a clarifier card for that. That's interesting. Legal, court paperwork filed. Wow, so this is a sense of finality, like finality? Finality? I think that's a word. I'm gonna go with it. There's a sense of finality with like things being done. As I was saying, it may or may not have to do with legal circumstances, like anything legal, but it could just be in regard to things are done, right? In regard to that, cutting that off and that energetic fresh start coming to life. All right, so that's in the upcoming energy. In other words, there's like, it's final. It's final. That's the message I'm getting clearly with this card. It's final. What's done is done, right? The path is cleared for that passionate new start. Maybe you don't want things to be final. Negotiator, bargaining, begging. Oh, I get it now. It all just clicked for me. Okay. So here in this row, right, with releasing, it's after the row of releasing control and releasing that unfounded fear. You're going to be, do you see how both of these cards are looking in the past, right? Both of these cards, all the sinks looking in the past, and the Knight of Wands, which is like about quick action, going to the past. Like you're going to be pulled back. You're going to be pulled back. You're going to be pulled back. It's like you're not trusting the guidance. You're not trusting that your path has been cleared for you. You're not trusting that your path has been cleared for you, right? For this ascension, releasement of attachments. It's like you're being pulled back. And it's that slingshot effect when you're going through the ascension phases of being pulled back before being slingshot forward. That's what this is. Because it's almost like you're bargaining with the divine to hang on to old attachments out of like fear, self-sabotage, self-deceit, all right? About particularly the past. It's like hanging on to the past, Fear of the unknown, fear of the future, fear that you're not trusting yourself, that you're not trusting the guidance. That's a big message. That's why I wanted to take the time to understand that part properly. I'm like, there's a huge message here, but this card made it clear for me. Negotiating. It's like you can't stop what you set in motion, and you're kind of like, oh my God, did I do the right thing? Yes. The divine's not going to bargain with you. It's not. These are set in motion, and it only is for your best interest. It's only for your best interest. Okay? In other words, it's done. It's done. We all have free will and free choice, okay? But there's a heavy message a heavy underlying message of trusting the path that you have created for yourself this far. The divine has cleared it for you, or is in the process of clearing it for you. Trust it. There's like this pull back. I see it now. I see it now. All right, let me see if I can get some, where are we at? 39. Oh gosh, that's way too long. I just want to get some guidance, because like that was kind of a lot of heavy stuff. Let's see. Yeah, okay. See at the bottom, twin flame union. I don't like the term twin flame per se, but this is the bigger purpose of the divine right now, to spread that unconditional love in the world. Is for external divine counterpart union. That's a big part of, see, I didn't plan on using this deck, you guys, and this card was just at the bottom when I pulled it off the shelf right now. Yeah, and this is what it's going to take when two partners have this. self-love, respect, and pride. It's two complete yin-yangs coming together. Okay, I don't really like the word pride. I like courage as a better word. It's like higher on the vibrational ladder in terms of emotions, but this is what it's for, and it takes each partner being into this. So these energies will, like the astrological events that are happening will help to clear these energies of like being stuck, of that magnetic pull to the past, not having this full sense of clarity, not trusting the guidance, not trusting the path that you started for yourself, and like the seeds that you planted are starting to sprout, and it's like you don't want to let go of the seed. Okay, that's the if I say anything out of this video, that paragraph was the most important. But the astrological events will help to reset this. It'll help bring balance to this. As I was saying that, yes, it will help bring balance to this. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm kind of in a funky mood today. I don't know really what's going on. Mother guidance, yeah, this is under encouragement, okay? How clear could this be? You are being guided. I cannot say that enough. You're being guided, okay? It may have been like a mother figure or a grandmother. All right, let's get some guidance here. Third eye intuition, listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. 2 eyes for observing, 1 for seeing. You're not using this one a lot. That was like a repeated theme in the cat cards, was the third eye being closed a lot. This is the I said, let's get some guidance. So in other words, this is the recommendation. Start seeing things for what they actually are. Start seeing things for what they actually are, not how they were in the past. Okay. Shooting star, make a wish. Yeah, these were things that you set in motion. And this, because this is under history, past happened, these are things that you wanted to manifest, either consciously or subconsciously. These are your manifestations coming to life, and the divine is clearing your path. There's nothing to fear. All right? You're divinely guided. Yeah, foggy and clear. And the red string of fate. Yep. So it's clearing those fated ties and stepping into your destiny. The way, that's not the way that this card was intended. It's like, I don't think the maker of this deck understood the difference between fate and destiny. This is like that union. That's like, no matter what, it's destined for you. Okay, you can't mess it up, no matter what's meant for you. I just don't like the word fate because it's not used appropriately for this, the meaning of this card. You cannot mess up what is meant for you, no matter what. All right? Okay, so that's the guidance. I hope that helps you guys. This reading was all over the place. I'm so sorry. It's not usually like that. If you've been following my channel, you know it's just a reflection of the energy, but essentially this is it. It's that energetic rebirth, okay? And balancing that light and shadow side. The lightning's coming. You can hear the thunder. The lightning's coming. You'll be able to see it clearly soon as this energy progresses. But don't forget, Spirit has your back underneath that. I just have to show you before I end the video. Transformation is beautiful. It's the death and rebirth card, the butterfly, okay? All right, you guys, take it easy. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.